everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that I think is super relevant for all of us. Why do we make ourselves so tired all the time? I mean, it's like we're running a marathon without even leaving our couches, right? So, let's unpack this. You know, I've been thinking about how many people unknowingly bear the weight of others' expectations and turn themselves into victims. It's like we underestimate the strength of those around us, especially mothers.
Oh, wow, yeah. I mean, mothers are like superheroes, right? But what do you mean by bearing the fate of others? Like, are they just taking on too much responsibility?
Exactly. Think about it, mothers often support several people on a limited salary, and they do it with such grace. It's incredible. They're more capable than we give them credit for. I remember my mom juggling 3 jobs while still managing to bake cookies for my school events. It's like, how do they do it?
Oh man, that's impressive. I can barely handle my own laundry. So how does this relate to the Karpman Drama Triangle you mentioned?
Great question. The Karpman Drama Triangle is a psychological model that describes 3 roles: the victim, the perpetrator, and the rescuer. These roles can shift depending on the situation. For instance, a mother might feel victimized by her child's behavior, but at the same time, she could be projecting her frustrations onto them, becoming the perpetrator. It's this dynamic dance that can really mess with family relationships.
Wow, that's wild. So it's like a never-ending cycle of blame and rescue? Can you give me an example of how this plays out in real life?
Absolutely. Picture a family dinner where the child is acting out. The mother might feel overwhelmed and victimized by the child's behavior, but then she snaps and yells, which makes her the perpetrator. The child, feeling hurt, might then seek comfort from a sibling who takes on the rescuer role. It's a cycle that can keep repeating unless someone breaks the pattern.
That's so interesting. So, how do we break out of this cycle?
Well, first, we need to recognize these dynamics. If we don't learn about them, they can really hinder our growth. Everyone in the family, children, mothers, fathers, needs to grow together. It's like upgrading your software. If you don't do it, you'll struggle to improve your situation, no matter how much you learn.
Oh, I get that. So it's like if you're stuck in an old version of yourself, you can't access all the new features of life? That's a cool analogy.
Exactly. And it's crucial to avoid playing the victim. Our language shapes our reality. If we're constantly expressing grievances, we create a negative cycle, like the broken window effect. One negative experience leads to another, and before you know it, you're trapped in this downward spiral.
Oh, wow, that sounds exhausting. So, how do we shift our mindset to break free from that?
Awareness is the first step. We must accept our circumstances and recognize that our happiness isn't solely dependent on others. By taking responsibility for our own lives and separating our issues from those of others, we can find clarity and purpose. It's like cleaning your room. Once you clear out the clutter, you can see what you really have.
I love that. So, it's about focusing on what we can control, right?
Exactly. We should approach life with humility and acceptance, acknowledging what we can't change and focusing on what we can control. This mindset leads to a more fulfilling life, allowing us to respond to challenges with a calm heart and a positive outlook.
Wow, that's such a powerful perspective. I feel like I need to take notes. So, what's the first step I can take to start this journey?